Hello and welcome back to my 11th video, where I'm going to talk about where I've been and what I've been doing and so on. So I've been really busy, as you might know. I haven't uploaded anything for 2 months, 2.5. And yeah, I know it's kinda a lot of time, but I got an internship and I put down a lot of time into that and nothing came out of it. So now I'm back to having more time, and so we're here. And recently, you might have seen at the other War Thunder YouTubers that some tanks like this, the Tiger 10.5 centimeter or 105, uh, is going to be removed. But what I've heard and read so far in the Q&A, I think it was released today. They said that if you have it researched and bought it, which means that you can play it in matches, then you will keep it. Which, in my opinion, is a good way to do it, because then everyone that has it keeps it and don't have to worry about it. And everyone that doesn't have it, well, too bad. That's about it. My my argument wasn't very strong. Anyways, so it's confirmed, or it's most likely confirmed, that this Tiger is going to be removed, and also the Panther 2, which both are paper tanks, which meant they had no prototypes. Like for example, the Tiger turret, I believe it was not meant to have a 105mm in it. That's like there wouldn't be any room inside the tank for the gun bridge and stuff. But the actual hull of the Tiger is the same hull as the Tiger 2. I think it is, or pretty much the same. I know the hull was built, but it was never like the 105mm on a Tiger was never a thing. But it's believed that if the war would have gone on further, that the Germans would have put a bigger gun on their Tigers, which would have meant that this thing might actually have existed, but it never did. Therefore, it's a paper tank. And the same thing with the Panther 2, it's a combination of all the other Panthers, the speed, the movement of the turret and so on, and the 88mm. It's, I don't know historically that good, but I believe it was supposed to have a 75mm, but I might be wrong. So yeah. So as you see, I have really grinded out these tanks, and well, I can say that I love the Tiger 10.5, and there's a lot of people in games that ask me why I prefer this tank over the Tiger 2H. And right now, how the games look, I usually get up tiered, so it doesn't matter if I play this tank or this tank, like 6.7, 7.0, like you get up tiered to 7.7 anyway. So this is basically a Tiger 2 with a better engine, a better gun, a worse ammunition at first, the Panzer grenade. This thing I can say sucked to grind through, but as soon as I unlocked the Panzer grenade 39 with its 333.2 grains of TNT equivalent, well, this thing is a bless. It has armor, it has survivability, it has 6 crew, yeah. If you angle it correctly, you can bounce quite a lot of shots, and you have very few actual enemies that you have to worry about. And this round pretty much is the IS-2 round. You shoot inside a tank, it's pretty much dead or next to. And I have the reload speed at 17.9, I don't think my crew is very high level. No, it's not. But it's manageable. There's a lot of things that you can go against that is going to be a problem. For example, the new AMX-30s, which I'm going to do a video on in the near future, if it goes as planned, because it can pretty much pen through anything. I have been flanked quite a lot by the Object 906, which is the new spam cannon, or the cancer as I like to call it, because of its really high fire rate, and of some reason it can pen me in very weird areas. So yeah. Also, the Lorraine 40T is one other spam cannon I've unlocked quite recently, and I might do a video on that if you guys want me to. It's interesting, at least. But yeah. So the Tiger 2. This thing has pretty good armor, as you might know. It's not preferable to get the angle front on. You prefer to angle it, like so the gun barrel passes over this edge, but not over this one, like here, in my opinion. So you get the most out of this armor and also from this armor. And if you have the gun towards the enemy and he, for example, kills your gunner or the gun breach and you have to repair but you can't get out of harm's way, then aim the gun forward as it is now, because then, and maybe a little bit towards the camera, like this. And then this bouncy area here is going to bounce a lot of stuff, and this thick plate is going to be really, really thick to get through. And the gun bridge and stuff is going to protect the crew. So it's going to be really hard to actually kill it. Also, if you have this side towards, just think about the MG port. I think it's an MG port. Oh no, it's an optic. Anyways, this thing is a big weak spot, so hide it if you have anything to put over it, and if you are a person that don't like to hide it, just remember that it's there, and some APHE rounds can actually go through. They just squish through and explode, and then, well, machine gunner, radio is for now just a absorbent of shrapnel. But you see, there's some ammo back here and this loader, and I can say that it's a pain with big guns like this to lose a loader. So now my rambling is over, and I'm going to cut over to some gameplay with the Tiger, and possibly some gameplay with the Panther 2. I haven't played this as much, which you can see with my modifications. I have parts, and with my Tiger I have a lot more. So yeah, now cut over to the gameplay. So welcome to Tunisian, which is my third match, and so far I haven't been very lucky, but maybe I will be now. I see that a lot of tanks decided to spawn here at the city, and some of them looks to be 6-7s, and he has a hat. Those hats were so hard to get. And what are they doing? I don't know. One problem I have with playing with the Germans are that they have very loud engines. Like, you can't sneak with any of these tanks. Unlike, like, for example, the Locust of the Americans. That thing in top tier is super fun to play. You don't get a lot of RP or Lions, but you don't lose a lot of Lions for playing it, so... Also, it's quiet, and it's a very good counter for the objects, which is a cancer right now. I hope the sound levels are good. I haven't messed too much with them. I had my software updated, and I don't know if it's changed anything. but we'll notice that when the video comes out and gets uploaded. If it's not too bad. But then you won't see this footage, so... I will, for once, try to drive here. I usually don't. I think I actually will go towards here. That was a blast, so... Let's zoom into the town so we can get a better overwatch. That's... I don't know why that fell. I somehow kept the zone without thinking about it, so good for me. I will let this tiger take. And a T-32. As you saw, my Panzer Grenade 39 totally destroyed that thing. And there's a tank behind me. I'm probably going to die. Oh god. Don't see me. Don't see. He doesn't see me. He doesn't see me. Oh my god. That actually worked. So I should have kept aiming this way, and that's his going to reload faster. And he's probably going to shoot me again. No. My gun. Oh god, that was loud. So yeah, I should have kept an eye that direction to start. Even if I had aimed in this direction, the Panzer Grenade isn't the best thing versus cavalry rounds. At least not their fronts. So that's one thing to keep in mind. The British tanks is hard to pen. But if you can hit body shots or hull shots, you will most of the time be able to kill targets with ease. I'm surprised that T-29 or T-34, whatever it was, didn't see me. And now my left is exposed. Whew. That scared me. It hit like nothing. How did it even kill me? Oh well. Let's try to take out the Panther 2, which is one of the other paper tanks. What does this pen? 235. Well, I'm not that hopeful about the 88mm. Some people love it, some people, like me, are not big fans of it. I'm a bigger fan of using like bigger guns than the 88s and the 75s. That's why I love the M103, and my second favorite, or my favorite in the Germans right now, is the Tiger. As you saw before, even if it was side shots, they just annihilated the insides of those tanks. Is this a Brember? No, it's not. It's a thing that looks like a Brember. And yeah. So let's push in. The I-6 just died, so I can't get revenge on him, but I doubt I would get any good revenge on him. Let's try to go through here. And yeah. So lately I've been really busy, as I said before, but I'm really interested in coming back and reading the comments, and that's one of my favorite things with having this YouTube channel, to interact with my subscribers and everyone else that wants to comment and give tips on what I should do next and things like that. So if you want me to do a video on the AMX30 and on why I think it's good and why and my opinions on it, or if you want me to talk a little more about upcoming things, I'll see what I can do. Let's see if we can do the... Okay, I won't risk it to get up there, in case I get stuck. You can actually drive up on that castle, which not many people know. And it's a really good area to stand if you have armor. It's a quite weird angle though, so it's not flat ground. So if there's a problem for you, that might not be the greatest idea. Let's follow this tiger to P, or the Polish tiger. And the reason is because, in my experience, the Panther isn't very good at taking hits at all. So if the Tiger 2 can take hits for me, that's fine. Seems like he spotted something. I guess shooting your MG towards an enemy might make your teammates look in that direction. And for the... you might lose a kill, but for the entirety of your team, if you win, you'll most likely earn some extra RP and lions for winning, which sometimes might be better for a bigger group. Or you could be selfish and just try to kill him alone or die, and then we have lost a team member. So there's two ways you can see it, or look at it. I'm gonna try to push over here. And maybe not as far. Ow. That looked like a British tank. And I'm going to need to repair. Let's drive over here, hope that no one saw us. 45 seconds. Well, I'm dead now. So, I thought for a second that was something else, but at least oh god. I got noticed. So, here we are, back after some games, and I think I've decided what games I want to put in and what games that I don't want to put in. I don't know yet if I will put in the game on Middle East, where I pretty much got wrecked by French tanks, but after the AMX 50, 40, I don't know the French tanks that good. The one that you get before the surveys. He shot me and knocked out my turret and some of my crew, and then he just ignored me, and it might be because I angled, it might be because he lost interest and saw someone else. But in the end I got him, but straight after that I got hit twice by an AMX 30. And yeah, most of the time when playing this thing, you will die to AMX-30s. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't angle about it. You can't drive away from it. It's way faster than you. But against a lot of tanks, like you saw in the gameplay, if you just get solid hits, they will most likely die. So in my conclusion, I would recommend you to grind the Tiger 10.5 centimeter, or the 10.5 centimeter Tiger 2 as it's called in War Thunder, now when it's available, because I don't think it will ever come back, or if it come back, it's probably going to be in one of War Thunder's new loot box system, which is totally not worth it. I don't think you can actually win in that. I might be wrong, but I've never seen anyone that has recorded it to win. I have barely found anyone to actually admit they won a tank or a plane. So I would grind as much as you can for these tanks, the Tiger 2 10.5 or the Panther 2 or both. I have admittedly grinded a lot of these two tanks, and yeah, I've been grinding a lot, and you might see some new tanks in my setups, and that's because I've been grinding. I haven't had time to do videos, because that takes quite a lot of time to record and to get up an ID and stuff, and edit it, so that's why. But today I felt like I really wanted to come back and do a video and explain. So it might be a little longer than normal. I will probably put in timestamps for the gameplay, if that's what you're for. And yeah, so have a great day, guys.